Hello, this is Kristen Brinley with DC Metro Real Producers. Welcome to our podcast. Hello, DC Metro Real Producers. This is your publisher, Kristen Brinley, and it's an honor to be here with Samer Kuraishi. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and we're here with our growth partner, Jason Stone, and he will be asking some questions as well. And Samer has done, in the last 6 years, over $1 billion in business with his team, One Street. So he has some great knowledge to impart. We're going to interview him. He gave me an awesome One Street t-shirt, like it a lot. Yeah, this has got some swag here. It's great for October awareness too, like Cancer Awareness Month too. So this is kind of perfect. So Samer, you could do anything. Why real estate? Tell us your story. Yeah.
Oh, why real estate? After 19 years, it's like, oh my God. Still, well, real estate's amazing. At the end of the day, it's a relationship business. Being able to use your mind and your soul and your body to kind of create things and put it into motion and have other people benefit from it really does challenge me. I don't really feel challenged in a lot of things in life, but at the same time, what I've found solace in is actually, hiring people, building teams, building systems, building models, seeing people reap the rewards of that, and see things to come to fruition. As anything in life, you dream it, you want it, and sometimes you don't build it, but when you actually put actions to things and you see things come to fruition, it really means a lot. And like I said, this business gives you a lot of that real-time craziness, the ups and downs, the high pressure, the high stress. But when you look around and as agents come into the office and people that are here that you can't see, it's all about them. It's all about the people. And, I really believe in sacrifice and, building something special that will leave a legacy.
Absolutely. All right, so Samer, can you tell us a little bit more about the beginning, how it started, like first jobs, moving forward?
Well, I remember, as every kid wants new things. Every year you want the new Oshkosh Gosh, you want new shoes, you want new stuff, new gear. You got to compete with the 5th graders, and the 6th graders. I remember going to my mom, and I was like, I want a new pair of shoes, but I want this type of brand. Wasn't having it. And I was like, well, Mom, you have all these shoes. And she's like, well, I have a job. I said, okay, well, I need one of those. And so, obviously at 13 years old, it's very hard to find people to hire someone with no resume, let alone being underage. But I went to a local pizzeria down in Rockville. Amazing food, but it's gone now. But making subs, making pizza, managing the cashier, putting flyers in apartment buildings, burning my hands. Wheeling and dealing in there, cleaning toilets. You name it. But it was great because I got to really get out of the house after school, ride my bike to the not the office, but to the pizzeria. And you got to be around a lot of older people that that you get to start to kind of the real world. It was my first real world interaction outside of my own family. At 16 years old, I remember leasing a Honda Accord LX, 1997. It was like $299 a month to Honda finance payment. I remember the exact payment. I remember I had to pay it. And I remember applying to McDonald's actually when I moved to Germantown, and I didn't get a job. And then I moseyed across the street to the gas station where I worked as a cashier, and also I worked at the Pizza Hut, the Vide France. It was all in one shop. That didn't really last long. I was looking for bigger and better things and moseyed across the street to Applebee's, where at 16 years old I was working as a mid-cook with the hairnet on, which is like the flat grill. So I'm calling out the orders to fry side and to the broil side where they're making the steaks and whatnot and the dessert. So I'm like the captain throwing the ball. But that, was hot and heavy. The best thing about working in restaurants is you get to eat a lot of food. And from there, 18 years old, got a job as a dishwasher at That's Amore. Started waiting tables. And you can learn a lot about multitasking, pressure from those. But the best thing about those jobs is you got instant cash. And you used to have money right then and there. You go out and do whatever you want. My father was in real estate since the 80s. And I remember him telling me when I was in high school, like, look, maybe get your license. And I said, whatever, I didn't really care. Stubborn to this day. Thank you, Dad, by the way. Finally got my license, failed my exam a couple times, totally wanted to go out and hang out with friends. I was in college. What the hell do I want to do real estate for? So I got my license, didn't understand what it meant, but, got into it at an early age. I remember my parents moved back overseas, and I ended up, kind of managing the real estate business and the mortgage company. It really was a small boutique family operation, but my mind is kind of very forward thinking, even at a young age. I really loved just nice things and the hustle and bustle, and I think that's kind of helped parlay my kind of career, right? So coming from small time, big aspirations, into a field where real estate, like I said, you can be yourself, you're very independent, no one has to tell you no, but you get a lot of no's, but it really makes you into something. I think anyone that's in this business after 6 months and still doing it and actually closing, you have successfully won.
That's a journey, right? Character journey.
Pilgrimage. Sure.
So, Samer, tell us about a time that you had challenge as running a brokerage and with your team and so on. I'm sure we've had challenges throughout to grow to this situation.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't get anywhere in life, honestly, without falling on your face, getting kicked, getting punched, not physically, but, emotionally, and without trial and error. I mean, I think, life is a journey, life is a story. I didn't get where I'm at today without taking these hard punches and obstacles. I remember, during the financial crisis when the whole world was flipped upside down with the subprime markets and all that good stuff. And I remember I owned a bunch of houses. I remember losing 7 of my own properties. Being in my mid-20s, like what the hell's going on? No one really to help me get out of it. I remember I had so many agents, so many loan officers. We doubled up in office space at that time. I remember my dad telling me don't do it. I should have listened to him, but again, me being stubborn, but I did learn something out of it. But I remember everyone around me started moving on to different jobs and then more stability, because real estate was not stable. It's still not stable to this day. There's no hourly wage, there's no salary. So that was very trying in my life. Like, what direction am I going to go? Do I want to? I remember moving to California for like 6 months, working at a hedge fund, selling off assets, and I was like, what am I doing here? I remember going to Costa Rica, looking at 3,000 acres of land, and then potentially moving to Costa Rica. I remember coming back, and I'm like, I'm just confused, and I didn't know what to do, what direction, where to go. I knew real estate was my thing, but I wanted something else, but I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. And I had some good advice, some good friendly advice. Like, why don't you finish what you started? And that's what I did. And I remember pushing through that financial crisis, and everyone around me was gone, and it was kind of like a reset button, starting over. And once I was mentally there, I remember the phone rang, and it was Zillow that called. And I was like, what can I help you with? They're like, well, have you ever thought about buying advertising? And this was around 2011, 2012. And, I've already been burned so much. I was like, what is it, $100? Not a big deal. It's like one night less dinner during the week. Ended up buying some marketing space, and, $1 billion later, in 6 years, I was able to add value, build a team, build structure, learn from everything that I've been through. And that's why we're here today, is really changing the industry so one day we don't have to go through these downturns. Because one thing I've always learned, even though money isn't everything, it's a cool saying that I always kind of stick by, is that money never leaves the planet. It just transfers. And sometimes you have to be a chameleon. Sometimes instead of getting down and out, you gotta just mesh with the times. And it's okay to take punches. It's okay. Just get up. Just get up and do something about it. And don't whine, don't cry, don't look out for a handout. No one's gonna help you. But one thing I've learned is, like I said, I believe in myself. I'm highly invested in me. And at the end of the day, if I don't like something, I won't do it. And, like I said, I've been through enough psychological warfare in my life to know where my 2 feet stand. And I know that at this point in my life, I'm here to help, I'm here to grow, not only others, but myself. And like I said, I'm very blessed and very thankful to have gone through what I've gone through. I wish it upon no one, but I always tell people every day that I'm alive, it's the best day of my life. And everything that I've learned needs to go to something and to pay it forward.
Absolutely. I love it. So,
all right. Sam, it's been a really fun time spending time here today.
Thank you so much.
With you and the One Street team, and I've really enjoyed learning more about your authentic self in addition to your vision as it pertains to the future of real estate. So thank you for sharing so far. One of the things that you said earlier already is how it's not all about the money. right? It's not all about the money. So I'm just curious, as far as you're concerned and with the culture you've created here at One Street, what is the most rewarding part of the business that you found?
For me, one of the most rewarding parts is seeing people grow. It's seeing how you can touch people. It's seeing how you can take a person. I can go off on and on multiple people in my office where they were shut down by everybody. Not only the business world, but their family. Always rejected or told no. And then, they find a solace in real estate, and then you can pound through them. Because I don't teach them real estate here. I teach them life. I teach them psychology and ego, how to manage personalities, how to manage your own. You know what I mean? These are the things that I've learned and I'm able to give back. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. But at the same time, what I do know is I know myself and I know what my strengths are. And I think that there's so many people that you run into. Everyone has weaknesses and strengths. But I find myself to tend to be, a shoulder, not to cry on, but to, someone to listen to, someone to be real with them. And I think what's really awesome here is that I'm not their boss. I don't care to be their team. I'm their equal. We're all same people, right? And it's been crazy to see people from I've had guys who own restaurants that turn into agents. I've had programmers. I've had people that were in the government. I've had, all types of people from all walks of life that would say, oh, I need to get my college degree and I need to have my restaurant. I'm like, well, look, I'm not telling you not to go to college. But I was like, give it 6 months. I bet you're going to quit both. And they ended up doing it. And, he's a $20 million a year seller of real estate. And he always tells me, you've changed my life. You've changed my life. You have no idea. This is what's rewarding. This is real life, right? We're doing real estate in real time, right? And life is in real time. And I have 40 amazing people that aren't just my coworkers, they're my friends. They're part of our family. They're part of our circle. So for me, not only speaking with you guys and being able to share, I think that's what life's about. It's about giving back, paying it forward, and being real. Right? I mean, anyone that may not know me should know that I am as real as it's going to get, right? There's no
You're pretty authentic, yeah.
There's no sugarcoating it. I may come off, you may think I'm cocky. Well, that's on you. But moreover, get to know someone. I'm just very direct and very confident. And there's things I don't know. I'm not perfect. But the rewarding part in life is really being a part of life and being able to share what you do know and what you don't and how you can collaborate with each other.
Indeed. Well, certainly of the many admirable traits of you, Samer, I've recognized that confidence is a stain that cannot be wiped off for you. So, I'm glad that it stuck on there for you. And kind of on that note as well, speak more about the branding, right, and the brand assets that you've created here around the concept of One, because I really enjoyed hearing you say that, and I know that more people will.
I mean, look, if I wasn't doing real estate, maybe I would be making commercials. I don't know, but I love thinking. I stay up late. I watch a lot of TV, believe it or not, and I get inspired by a lot of things, and I have a lot of deja vu. Coming up with the name One, everything starts with one, right? It's one team, one goal, one vision, one. There's something about it that resonates with everything. We are all one. Taking the old business and everyone being it for themselves. Well, why not bring it all together? Why not tie that in? Why not build a stage, a beautiful office? It doesn't have to be an office. This is a home for many people. We have even clients that come in here and work from here as kind of like a WeWork or something. Creating the logo is really critical. I don't know if you can see it, but this is a backwards N. And this is a roof line here where the one is. So it's very distinct. And I thought, how do you be different, right? It's awesome. It's called the One Street Company, One Street for short, but it all comes back to us being one movement, one push, one team, and I think that's how it is, right? We all walk together, we speak the same language, and we are all brand ambassadors, not only for our families, and of course work too, but what you do outside of here really matters to me and matters to us. And when I do things in my life, I think about everyone to make sure that I'm making the right decision. And I really do hope everyone does think the way I think. But in being a successful person and company, we all have to walk the same line, and that's why we're one.
Great. So I firmly believe that if we were to ask 100 people their favorite definition of success, we'd nearly get 100 different answers, right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
Right. So how do you define success? What does success look like for you?
I think look around you. At least, like I said, everyone has a different opinion, but for me, it's sometimes I can't savor the moment. I'm moving so fast in life that I never take a step back, and I don't see what other people see, right? But that's kind of what it is to be yourself. But when I look around this office and I put my heart and soul into this place, and seeing other people actually reap the benefit of it and have a nice place to enjoy themselves, have fun, have good energy, means a lot. I mean, success is not defined by money to me. Your wealth is in your relationships, and in your family, and having some type of stability. And success to me is that I'm driving my own boat. I can say no, and I can say yes, and I can control my destiny. Now, obviously, there's factors in life that you can't control, but I can control who I am and what I want to be and what I want to put out there. And it took me a long time not to be looking backwards and get my head out of the hole, and to say we're here. It's our turn now. It's our turn to show a big difference to the world. And as our agents keep coming in the door, it keeps reminding me of what success is. And success is being around to have great people and great value in those great relationships. And having a wife, having a soon-to-be kid, a little man coming to my life, those are success. Being able to be around, being able to, like I said, control my own destiny. For the first time in my life, I can say, I can shut down shop, I can open shop, I can go left, I can go right, and no one can do nothing about it.
Awesome. All right, Sam, you're a mega producer, top 50 in the country team, all across the nation, and really wanted to take an opportunity and learn more about what is something that you think all top producers, our real producer audience should do that you have already done.
Well, I'll tell you, look, there's always someone gunning for you, okay? I mean, I learned a long time ago, talking about a couple of years ago, I remember going to a conference, it was a Zillow conference, and we tend to go like once a year and whatnot, and I always have people that come up to me and say, well, how's your ROI? How are you doing? How's this? How's that in regards to your business? I was like, how's your family? And I'm like, what does it matter what my numbers are? It's irrelevant to you, but we're in this business, we're always sizing each other up. Who has this and who has that? I should have bought this building. But people are living in the past, and I was one of those people that, would think that, because it's life, we're human beings. But as soon as I stopped competing with others and knew thinking it was a race, I grew faster, mentally, physically, everything. And I remember, a long time as I grew up, like, how did Michael Jordan do it? Bill Gates do it? This person, and I just got so intrigued by all these people, and I'm like, stop. I'll tell you my story one day, right? It's not about everyone else. It's not about anything. It's about me and the story that's being written. And when I think about other people in this industry, people always ask me, like, why do you share all this stuff with them and various speaking engagements? I'm like, what does it matter? We should be collaborating. We should be talking. We should be bringing the community together. As we said, we are one, right? So it doesn't mean that just because we're in this house doesn't mean we can't be one. It's okay to share. How else are we going to learn, if not learn from each other, to make an industry better, right? I think that as this industry changes with, like I said, the low inventory, other brokerages buying each other, teams coming together to make super mega teams, I think it's really critical that no matter how good you are, including myself, that we're constantly learning, we're constantly sharing. It's okay to ask an opinion. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to connect with other people in your industry. Because you may not think this, but as I've been doing that, people are willing to share, even though they're not under the same umbrella. And I never really got out there to network because I've been so busy building my foundation that I recently have been doing that. And it's refreshing to know that there are people out there that do want to communicate, that do want to talk, that feel the same way you do. And the lesson learned is always like, you don't know what you don't know unless you try. Right. So I really think top producer, mid producer, who cares? You're a producer. And you're a CEO of your own business and you need to act like that. And just because you don't maybe understand what those three letters mean, you're controlling your life. If you're 35 years old, you have 35 years of life experience. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's about surrounding yourself with others that are going to add value to you and vice versa. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to want more. And I think the sooner you stop sizing other people up, you'll start looking at yourself more, and then you'll start to move forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I've had a lot of fun here with you and the One Street team here today, sharing so much wisdom and insight that you have and experience, both life-wise and real estate as well. Sam, what would you say is the greatest lesson that you've ever learned?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of lessons to be learned, but one that comes to mind is being humble. Just taking a moment sometimes to remember how you got here, and it's okay to have more aspirations and to grow, but also at the same time take a step back and don't get frustrated over little things that you have no control over. And as we're talking about competition and sizing yourself up and knowing other people may not be like you, and these are life experiences that you go through in life that you start to, because we want so much, you want so much more, and you can only control what you can control. And it's taken me a lot of work on my own self to bring myself to reality. It's okay to have vision. It's okay to want so much more, but it's okay to take it step by step. I want things now all the time. Like, I can paint a picture, I paint it, and this is what I want now. But it's just that passion, that drive that you have. It's just knowing how to contain it and using it to something better. And I'm very happy that, if it wasn't for the agents and the people that I work with, I wouldn't do this. I'm not gonna go work by myself and, just be an agent, and a license on a wall. There's something about teaching. It's something about, growth. It's something about paying it forward. It's something about giving back that I really do love. And with that segue, it's like now we're going into charities, and we opened something called One Love here, where every time we do a transaction, we're letting our client choose where we're going to donate our funds. From the Humane Society to Ronald McDonald House to the Capital Area Food Bank, and we're really taking pride of being part of the community and doing something better than just transacting, right? Communities are what life should be built on, and I think we're doing our part. And I hope others follow suit, one with themselves, and then hopefully on to the next. As they say on the airplane, if you don't put that mask on first, you can't help anybody. So make sure you help yourself.
Love it. So enjoy the journey, help others, impact, smell the roses.
Oh, yeah.
Love everything you're saying. Thank you for sharing so much value with us.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me. And anyone who needs to get a hold of me or talk to me, want to shoot the conversation, just know you can, I'm easily foundable. Or just however I want to put it. But don't be bashful. You can always talk. Like I said, I'm just like you.
So Samer will be on the panel at our mastermind on November 8th. So DC Metro Real Producers, don't miss it. He'll be here with us. So very much looking forward to that too. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you so much, Samer. It's been a true pleasure. Seriously,
Thank you so much.
You
appreciate it.
You heard it here at DC Metro Real Producers. You've heard it from DC Metro Real Producers.